Hello there, welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas, and today I'm going to talk about something that you'll already know because it's in the title and everything else, but it's something that was kind of on my mind as an idea, but something I hadn't listed in my list of ideas of things that I would talk about, but I had a feeling I was going to bring it up anyway because it is something that plays on my mind a lot, and that is procrastination. I am incredibly guilty of procrastinating. I think this is probably a very common thing for most people, but I just wanted to kind of air out my thoughts and feelings on the whole thing. I kind of bring it up a lot. I know that I have a problem in that I kind of feel like I'm answering to somebody, especially with what I mentioned before of I set these kind of deadlines and then I might miss them because of things and stuff, and I then apologize for it when I've really got no one to apologize to. I mean, obviously I want to deliver the stuff that I'm creating to you guys or anyone who wants to check it out or may find it randomly and then they become interested, but I haven't ever set in stone anything, and I've never made like a promise to anybody that I'm going to do this. I think I've been kind of cautious in a way because I've always said, as I know I'm not in a situation where I can dedicate my time to have a certain schedule, I've always said that I like to aim for a certain time and then I'll do what I can to get it out then, but I don't think I've ever made a promise that the closest thing to the promise was getting the Halloween EP out on Halloween, and I did that. That was good because there was a moment when I almost didn't, but for the majority of it I'm only ever answering to myself, and then I'm feeling that I have to apologize to people who may or may not be sat there waiting. More than likely aren't sat there waiting going, he's supposed to have something out today at this time, so and then there's going to be a massive disappointment if I don't. At least I'm not currently in that state. If ever I get to a position where I have got people waiting for a particular time for me to do stuff, I'd like to think that that's when I'm in a position where I can let go of work, at least to a certain extent, so I have the more time to deal with this, but which would be great, but so I kind of get down on myself a lot about not hitting deadlines, and this kind of feeds into a procrastination loop for me, and it's not just that. There's some of it that is just, again, being harder on myself in general, I think, because a lot of my procrastination will stem from the fact that, as I've mentioned before, I have a job, I have a family. I don't work full time, full disclosure, I don't work full time. I work as many hours as I can around my wife who does work full time, and then the fact that I'm the main person around for our daughter in case my wife's at work. So but that's where my time goes between. It's like I'm at work and then I'm at home with my family. I do get a bit of help with that, but it tends to be that a lot of the time my procrastination will stem from the fact that I'll have done dad stuff, gone to work, come back, done dad stuff, and then when she's in bed, that's the time where it's like, right, I could get to work on doing this other thing, but I'm tired, and you just want some kind of downtime. And while I wouldn't really consider this to be work, it is another thing. I don't know how to put it. I was going to say it's another thing that you put a lot of effort into. So I mean, you could probably say it is work-like. This is definitely something that I do out of general enjoyment for it myself, but I don't know, it's just that kind of thing that I want a bit of time where you can just like completely shut your head off and just relax, and that will tend to lead into jumping into a game with my brother or friends, or I don't know. A very kind of sad thing for me is that I find some weird enjoyment in jumping into Minecraft and literally trying to mine the world. I just find a section and I just mine it all, and that is literally just something that I can have music on, and then like the D&D show from Roleplay, the one that I Court of Swords, I'll listen to that or something similar, and brain just off mining away whilst I'm doing that, and that can lead into then I'm just watching videos on YouTube, but it then gets into that problem of I'll sit there not really thinking about the fact the time's going away, and it's then hard to get myself back into going, right, now you got to switch your brain back on and get back into it. As I've said in many videos now, at least one other one of the Vlogmas series, that once I do get back into that frame of mind and I start working on music or whatever, it's all natural, it's all very simple, and I can just lose hours in doing it, but it's getting my head back into that. And this is where it creates a kind of loop, because if I can't get my head back into it, it'll like reach a certain time of the night and I'll be like, oh well, I won't really get much chance to do this, especially as I put in a bit more time to it to set up a camera and record myself whilst I'm doing it. Doesn't take that long, but still it's an extra thing. And so I'll go, there's not really much time left, so I really should probably go to bed. And then I'll start watching more YouTube videos, and another 2 hours go past without me realising it. That then feeds into me feeling really bad about myself because I haven't achieved anything, and you kind of feel a bit worthless. And then that'll lead into just negative thoughts, feeling down, and that then makes it harder to get motivated to do something, and it's a whole thing. Like I said, I'd very much doubt I'm alone in this. It's really annoying because there is an interest there, there's a huge amount of enjoyment that I get, but it's also nice to have some time to just kind of switch off, because I do it some days where it will literally be dad stuff, work, dad stuff, daughter's in bed, right, jump straight into doing some music stuff, and then that'll be all I'll do until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then it's like, right, I've got to stop because I need to go to sleep, because in 5-6 hours I've got to be up again to do dad stuff and then go to work. So it's nice to give myself that time to actually shut off, and I do think there is some importance in that, but it leads into the danger of having trouble to switch back on and get back into it. So I don't know, I need to find something. I think I need to find a way of giving myself that time to turn off, and that it's okay to do that, but find something that can get me back into the mindset of, right, and now we'll spend some time creating. But I don't know yet. I haven't achieved it. If anyone has any suggestions about how they may deal with it, then, or how you may deal with it, I should say, then do please let me know. If this is a similar issue you have, then let's discuss it. Again, let me know in the comments, hit me up over on Twitter or whatever else. But I know I bring it up in a roundabout way in a lot of videos. Like I say, I always feel like I'm having to answer to somebody when really I don't have to. Yeah, I think it's just another way that I kind of beat myself up, which I'm definitely guilty of doing. But there we go. So I wanted to do a bit of a longer rant on it all, but I don't want to go on forever. So I'm going to stop now. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. So yeah, any suggestions for ways to get your mind out of that kind of thing, but giving yourself time to switch off, very much welcome. Other suggestions for things that you want me to talk about, also welcome. Other than that, thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.